Good afternoon. Well, it's afternoon when I'm recording this. I don't know when you're watching it, but welcome to another edition of Old Dude Knows. Once again, filmed, or I guess there's no film, recorded right here in Dave's Library and Cigar Lounge. Beautiful Davenport, Iowa. A lot of you may think that's not really a library. Well, yes, it is. As you can see, many of the books behind me, and it is, in fact, a cigar lounge, as you can see. So today, since it is a library and cigar lounge, I'm not going to talk about cigars. Matter of fact, it just occurred to me I should do a cigar segment, but I'll try to get a special guest star, Old Daddy Slick Breeze, Mick Cutmas, in, and we'll do a reprise of when we used to have a podcast that I know everyone loved, and we did one about cigars. It was well received. We may do another one of those because I have trouble keeping my cigars lit, so that kind of takes away. You might question my knowledge on cigars. Actually, my knowledge is pretty good. My execution, not so good. I'm like a coach. There's those who can, and there's those who coach. But we are going to talk about books. Specifically, I'm going to talk about the 5 authors that are in residence here at the library. The staff got together. We picked 5 authors. All the books of 4 of the 5. There is one that I'll talk about that I don't have all the books yet. I'm still collecting them, trying to get them, of course, all in hardcover, as there may be 2 now, 2 non-hardcover books. One of them is because it's autographed by the author, and the other one is because it was given to me as a gift, and I don't have another copy of it. But the other 450, 500 volumes are all hardcover. First of all, I don't only read books by these authors. There are some authors, I think I talked about them before, Brad Taylor, Brad Thor, other authors like that write books about mostly like special forces or CIA kind of spy guys who kill bad guys and save the day. And pretty easy reads, but kind of fun. I read those just for fun. It's better than watching TV. But these authors that I'm going to talk about are a little bit better than that. A couple of them a lot better than that. And the whole staff here at Dave's Library and Cigar Lounge just loves them. But before we start that, I'm going to show you a book that everyone should read. I don't know if you can see that. And it is A Treasury of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I didn't put him in the authors because I'm only doing fiction books, and no one is 100% sure whether Arthur Conan Doyle wrote about Sherlock Holmes, who was a real person, which I think he was, or some people say Sherlock Holmes was fiction. I'm sorry, I can't go with that. So anyway, if you want to read that book, it's here in the library. If you're in the area, I do not ship books. You have to stop by and get it yourself. You can borrow it. It's already been borrowed by Zach Martin, so he read it. Anybody else can stop by, get it. Or if I go somewhere where you go, if you go to church with me, or you go somewhere else, let me know. I'll bring it by. Another thing before I get started, speaking of young men, after watching the last show, a young musician, David Schneckloff, questioned why I didn't put Michael Jackson in the top singer-songwriters. And I kind of scoffed at that. And he said, oh, well, I should have at least put him in the honorable mentions. Some retrospect, maybe I should have given him some, but he was such a pop guy. Yes, he wrote some two or three really good songs that weren't poppy songs. But for me, he was just too pop to be considered a serious songwriter. I can't remember who it was. Some songwriter that said one time there's a difference that there are artists and there are entertainers. And to me, Michael Jackson was an entertainer. He wasn't an artist. If you like Michael Jackson, that's fine. I mean, there are people that like Huey Lewis and the News. That doesn't mean he's they're artists. They're just entertainers. So that's why Michael Jackson didn't make it, if anybody else was concerned about that. So let's start out with my favorite authors, the ones that I've got all the books of here in the library. The first one, certainly my favorite living artist, Daniel Silva. He's written 28 novels. Actually, he's written 29, but only 28 are out. The other one's coming out soon. First three were pretty good. Very fine, above average books that I enjoyed. Then in 2000, he wrote The Kill Artist, which introduced us to Gabriel Allon, and the next 23 out of 24 books that he wrote were great. He got a little too partisan political for me in one of the books. I'm not going to tell you which one because I don't want you to skip it, because it's still above average, but it wasn't up to his normal standard. His stories are great. His character development is amazing. After 24 years, I mean, I think I know Gabriel, Shiara, his wife, Christopher Keller, who I wouldn't want to meet if he was mad at me, Julian Isherwood, Don Osrati, I mean, all those guys. And there's also a guy that I think is actually probably real or based on a real person, but he's changed the name, and that is former Mossad leader Ari Shamron. And he almost has to be based on a real person. If you like adventure, intrigue, aren't afraid to learn something while you read a book because his research is amazing, Mr. Silva's books are for you. July 15th, the next one is coming out, so I'll be a little busy from July 15th to July 22nd. I could read it in like 2 days, but I make myself stop after 10 chapters or so I don't run out too quick, because then it's a long 365 or so days till the next one comes out. So, and this, I think, they were all good. This is the last one. Death in Cornwall. I recommend all the Daniel Silva books. You could probably skip the first three and then start with The Kill Artist. And if you've not read them all, you're so lucky because now you have 24 books. That could last 6 months, just catching up. Another thing that Silva does that I like is over the past 24, 25 years, Gabriel, everybody's 25 years older than when they were. It's not like writing books, and he's written books for 40 years and everybody's the same age. So I kind of like that. Every year when the book comes out, Gabriel's a year older, so he's in his 70s now. So again, Daniel Silva, I cannot, like I say, my favorite living author. Wonder if my cigar went out. But it did. Of course it did. Because I got going on my favorite author and forgot to smoke my cigar. Then it's a Monte Cristo, so we don't want to waste it. The next author is Clive Cussler. Clive Cussler has written about 1.5 million books. That's not true. He's written a whole bunch of books. The Dirt Pit books, very good. I think that's that whole shelf right there. The way he writes the books, almost all of them, he's passed away now, and some people have picked up some of the series. Some of them are doing a good job. Some of them aren't. I'd like to have a talk with them. They won't return my calls. Almost always, the books start in something that has nothing to do with the main characters of the book. It'll be a historical event, either real or made up, and something will happen to be added to the historical event, and that will lead into the story later on. Usually it's the bad guys trying to get a hold of this, whether it be a evil country or a evil genius tries to get a hold of something that the old story tells you about. Then Dirk and Al will have to go out and save the day. These stories are, a lot of times it gets beyond realistic. For those of you who are real nerds and read comic books back in the 70s, and especially the older comic books, think like Doc Savage. I mean, he's very smart, but he pulls off this amazing stuff all the time. Again, not too realistic, but a really fun read. He also has a series called Oregon Files, Fargo Adventure. Those are both good. Isaac Bell series is okay. The Numa File series, I cannot recommend those. If you like them, good for you. I don't like them. So, but that's just me. Next author I'm going to talk about is Mario Puzo. Mario Puzo, author, film director. If you think about this guy's life, he wrote the Godfather books. He also was the director for the first Superman, not the first Superman movies, the Superman movies that came out in the 80s. So he's well known for writing the Godfather series, which is like 5 or 6 books. I think the last one he didn't write. Also, he wrote The Last Don, Fools Die, which is very good. His last book he wrote was The Family. It was actually finished after he died by his longtime girlfriend or companion, Carol Gino. She worked together. They were together for like 20 years. This book has real people in it, the Borgia family, and talks about it. It's set in the papacy and the family, and it's a really good book. It's not his normal mafia book. The second to last book he finished just before he died. The reviews on this, nobody who's read this book has, it's okay. Some reviews think it's the worst thing ever written and a waste of paper. I saw a couple of people, critics, say that either he had completely gone senile or somebody else actually wrote it because it was trash. Then I saw other people who loved it and said, this is one of the best books he ever wrote. I fall more into that camp. I think it's better than the Godfather books. So pick this one up, Omerta. Worth reading. So Mario Puzo, also right up there. And he didn't write as many books as these other people because, like I say, he was also directing movies, doing a lot of other stuff. But he is also in residence here at Dave's Library and Cigar Lounge. It's thirsty work here. Anyway, the next two, my homegirl, Lori R. King. She's in Northern California. Probably shouldn't call her a girl. She is a female person, but she is older than me. I'm not going to tell her age on to my millions of followers, but you could look it up on the interweb. She has 2 major series. The first one, Kate Martinelli series. Kate Martinelli is a detective in San Francisco. The books are fine. They're good. They're better than fine. They're above average. To me, I don't really get into the stories that much. The second series are the Mary Russell Sherlock Holmes Mysteries is the name of the series. They are outstanding. When I saw the first one, Beekeeper's Apprentice, I'm like, the premise, I'm like, I'm not sure about this, because I'm pretty much of a stickler for anything Sherlock Holmes. People try to write Sherlock Holmes stuff and it's crap. And I'm like, I'm not sure about the premise here, but I'll give it a read, see what happens. It was very, very good. I've been reading them ever since they came out. She's written, I think, 19 so far. They're all very good. My personal favorite, O Jerusalem. But, word of warning, read them in order. They are very good by themselves, but there's some stuff that'll make more sense if you've read them in order. Especially if you jump 3/4 of the way in and read, it gives away some stuff that will ruin some of the earlier books. All the old Sherlock Holmes people make appearances. Mycroft is still being Mycroft. Sherlock Holmes is older now. Now I just lost the. I am embarrassed right now. I lost the name of the housekeeper, Mrs. Whatever. She's in it all the time, so it's really good books. Go to different places. Mysteries take place in different places. Again, the research is outstanding. The books are very engaging. A lot of them, well, being Laurie R. King is a female person. Mary Russell, female person, Sherlock Holmes, male person. A lot of them are written from the Mary Russell point of view and from the female point of view. I know there are a lot of women that really like these books as well. So if you're a girl and you don't like to read just, the Fabio books, with these are written kind of from a female point of view, but they're not like trash romance novels. They're actually good books. So, recommend them. I've recommended them to a couple of people. They both really liked them. So, Laurie R. King. The last one that's just last year was inducted into Dave's Library Cigar Lounge. A huge honor for her is Patricia Cornwell. She's written the K. Scarpetta books. Kate Scarpetta is a medical examiner, forensic scientist. I started reading them. The first one I picked up, I got it because she was in Richmond, Virginia, and some of the stuff happened around. I was living in Norfolk. Some of the stuff happened around there, so I knew some of the area. But the books are very, very good. Since then, she's not Patricia Cornwell, but Kay Scarpetta has moved around. She was in South Carolina, Boston, New York City. Very good. Again, very good characters in the book to run through the whole thing. There's her niece Lucy. There's Detective Pete Moreno, who you never know which Detective Pete you're going to get. Sometimes he's a good guy. Sometimes he's a little shaky. Had a rough couple of books there. There's her love interest, FBI profiler Benton Wesley. Didn't like him at first, but he's getting better. Plus, he's an FBI profiler. I think he's retired now. But anyway, really good. So those are the 5 that I've got. Again, all of them are available for lending if you are in the Quad City area. If you've got a series you think I should read, give me a comment. If you think any of the books I wrote or I talked about, any of the authors, you've read them and you think it's crap, you're wrong. Read a couple more of them. But anyway, until next time, this old dude knows, now you know. Have a great week.